Hello. I'm going to show you today how to set up this infrared interactive pen to work on the interactive table using Motioncube software. And what's interesting is this setup allows you not only to work with pen games, but also with motion games. So, two configurations, two types of control on one surface. I'll show you that on the table today. But you could drive that table around and calibrate the exact same thing on the floor. In this way, you give the kids the chance to play physically and also play with these kinds of interactive pens on the floor, meaning precise control. I'm going to show you the whole setup using just one pen today. But you can use 2, even 3, or even 4 pens on one surface at the same time. Our graphics controller converts signals from the pens into multi-touch signals. And our apps respond to those signals. That's a great thing. The next important installation issue is that in this configuration, the sensor is mounted above the projector and looks diagonally down at the floor. Why is it done this way? So that when you place the pen on the table, the camera can see the tip of the pen, and at the end of the pen there's an infrared diode. When you touch the pen to the table, that diode lights up. It lights up automatically. There are no extra buttons here. Everything works automatically. Just by itself, no extra hassle. Okay, I'll show you right now that it really works. We'll start with the Motion app, one that you already know. I step into the Motioncube Interactive Showcase collection and turn on a sample app. And as you can see, everything's working smoothly. The app reacts to the movement. At this moment, I'll show you how to turn on the pens. This will just be one button, so it's really easy. We're entering the advanced settings. We're switching to service mode. And we're entering the Motioncube player setup. Here, we make sure we have the depth camera selected. And for the table, we turn on the interactive pens. Here, we are being asked if we want to go through the calibration wizard. We aren't going to do that. I've already covered this in my previous video. I already did the calibration. And just as I said, all I had to do was switch on one option. How can we check that now? We will run the interactive pen tester. It's right here. We're waiting a second and place the pen on the table and check it out. How fast the light dot and the detected circle follow the pen. That's the shift you'll notice during the first calibration. I've got a shift of about 2 cm between that point and the pen. I'll show you right now how to fine-tune it. This is actually a semi-automatic process. It requires some extra tuning. Luckily, you only have to do it once. We find the panel here. Interactive projection setup. Here we have the calibration targets. by default. It's enabled on the pens right now. We can check it out. We can see a slight shift here. I'll grab this point and shift it. I'll move it this way. Let's check. Seems okay. I'll show you a more convenient way to do this. We're entering full screen mode. And here too, we can check each point and bring those squares closer. But there's something even better. There's a semi-automatic calibration mode available under the S shortcut. Now I'll turn it on and show you how quickly you can calibrate the pen. Just go ahead and enable calibration in each corner. Tap with the pen. Click space and check. Look, there's a light spot right under the pen. Everything calibrated semi-automatically. And right now, what we can do is another test, but this time using real applications. You can find the pen games in our store. Go into the store, apps collection, turn on the pen filter. And here, you can browse the ready-made collections. You can choose one of the collections and install it in demo mode. I already installed the Creative Kids Academy collection earlier. And now I'll turn it on. We're entering this collection right here. I still have service mode enabled. I'll turn it off so it doesn't bother us. I step inside, I pick a sample app, maybe this one. And you see, the pen works, it draws. We can change the tool for the bucket. What's interesting is, we can choose more workspaces from this level. We've got 2 workspaces. On each one, we can choose a different board. We can also choose the board this way. Confirmed. Here we can use the drawing tool. Here we can use the fill tool. So the work is completely independent on both workspaces. These are drawing apps. We're leaving this. And I'll show you the divided workspace here. In workspaces, you can choose a different app in each workspace. We're launching the default layout. And here we can already use the pens. Let's take this app here and this app here. And here we can also draw. We draw, select the bucket, and fill it in. The controls are very precise. We exit the app. I'll show you another workspace division as well. Here, we'll split it further into 2 work areas on the sides, and in each area I'll choose a different application. Here, we can also do whatever work we want. We've got a tool panel, we can change the color. This is what working with one of the app collections looks like. This is Creative Kids Academy, designed for drawing. We have a lot of pen-controlled collections, designed for different purposes. What you'll notice here in these apps is the dark background. There's no colorful background here to keep reflected light out of our eyes as much as possible. Similarly, The interface is set up so you can reach everything and it's easy to control. I'll show you a few more things that might be interesting to you while you're working. We've been in pen-controlled apps. Now I'll turn the app back on, motion-controlled. And you'll see there's nothing you need to do, just switch the app. These apps know automatically which mode they're in and set up the device for that mode. Here, you see the message on the screen at the top. I'll comment on it in a moment. You can see the motion interaction in action. This message that appeared is telling you that when switching from pen mode to motion mode, there might be a change in the working parameters, in the camera adjustment parameters. If you notice that something here isn't working as precisely as you'd like at this moment, this message is telling you that you can enable auto camera adjustment. I'll show you where it is. I'll just remind you, since we talked about it recently. Take a look. You're entering the settings, and here you can turn on auto tuning. I'm not going to enable that right now. If you want it to automatically enable every time you switch from pen mode to motion, then we go into the service options and force that kind of option. We find the interactive projection settings tab here. That's how the image looks when switching to IR pens. What we can do here is change the stream, go into advanced options, and here we enable the automatic tuning when the infrared projector is turned on. The infrared projector is used when we have motion detection. I'll turn it on, by the way. I'll also do an automatic calibration and parameter tuning. Looks like it worked. You can check it out here too. Check it out right now and see how the pen-controlled app transition works. We're waiting. And right now, we'll turn on the motion control app. And that's exactly what I was talking about. Now the camera automatically adjusts. It only turns on once during the first switch from pen mode to motion app mode. We can exit this app, launch another one, and that tuning won't turn on anymore. You can see, everything's perfectly set up. Is this necessary? Try it, see for yourself. Probably not. But if you need high precision, it's worth turning this option on. Okay, I really showed you everything. At this point, there's really nothing else you can do but test it out on your own. I hope you have a great time testing out the motion interactions and pens on the table and on the floor. See you